There's a country inside a country, and it's vanishing from the map. Imagine living with your neighbors across the street, only to discover they're technically in an entirely different nation. This strange geographic reality once existed along the India-Bangladesh border, where islands of territory, known as enclaves, hosted entire communities as foreigners in their own homeland. For decades, lives were dictated by invisible lines drawn long ago, remnants of colonial ambitions and geopolitical whims. But these lines, etched in the soil like delicate scars, are fading away, leaving behind questions more profound than maps can answer. Today, we journey into the legacy of these disappearing enclaves, a result of the 2015 land swap that sought to resolve one of the world's most complex border issues. The history of these enclaves stretches back to when kingdoms and empires grappled for power, carving out lands without thought for the people within. Located along the India-Bangladesh boundary, these enclaves were peculiar patches of one nation surrounded entirely by the other, microcosms of misplaced sovereignty. In 2015, an unprecedented accord between India and Bangladesh aimed to simplify this tapestry of territories. Over 50,000 people were affected, villagers who awoke one morning to find that, on paper, they now belonged to a different country. It was a peaceful exchange, yet the transition was far from simple. Questions of citizenship, identity, and homesickness lingered as residents pondered what it truly meant to belong. To an outsider, an enclave might seem a minor curiosity. Yet, for those living within, it was a daily reality that complicated legalities and livelihoods. Essential services like healthcare, education, or simply crossing a neighboring town involved bureaucratic gymnastics, as traveling meant stepping onto foreign soil. The border was an ever-present reminder of one's status as a legal anomaly, a life caught in between. Fast forward to the present. As we stand on the cusp of 2025, the impact of this historic agreement resonates in ways that challenge our understanding of nationhood. It invites us to reflect on the very concept of borders, those seemingly unchangeable lines we as humans draw, intending to define and unite, yet so often dividing. The disappearances of these enclaves teach us that geography is not a fixed construct. Climate change continues its encroachment, redrawing coastlines with rising seas. Political instability shifts regions, as populations are uprooted in search of safety, drawing new lines upon the Earth's canvas. Yet, amidst these changes, the human spirit strives for continuity and endurance. On a broader level, these enclaves underscore the fluidity of national identity itself. When a line on a map can transform one's nationality overnight, what becomes of the allegiance, culture, and stories passed down through generations? Some found the change a welcome respite from the bureaucratic quirk of their enclave existence, while others mourned the loss of a unique cultural legacy, the power of a shared history fading like unfurling mist. As we walk through these existential questions, the story of India's disappearing enclaves becomes not just a tale of diplomatic resolution, but a profound statement on our place within the world. It beckons us to consider how we define ourselves, through borders or beyond them, through belonging or the pursuit of it. In an increasingly interconnected world, can we envision a future where borders serve to connect rather than divide? This debate finds its home in contemporary discussions of globalization and national sovereignty. As countries navigate alliances and tensions, these historical lessons remind us to balance national pride with empathy and understanding for the diverse tapestries that knit our global society. Perhaps, as these enclaves vanish from view, they leave behind a question. Are we prepared to let the disappearing lines in our history redraw our future narratives? Do they not hint at the possibility of a more integrated world where identities flourish beyond mere cartographic boundaries? The enigma of these discouraging enclaves illuminates the paradox of modern geography, the ever-evolving relationship between people and the land they inhabit. While lines on a map may bloom and wither like the seasons, the resilience of human connection, purpose, and identity endures. These are the true sovereign territories, ones we carry within us, transcending time and space. In the quiet aftermath, as we trace back along the paths of shifted borders, we remember the people who adapted, who shifted with them, carrying stories intertwined with the earth itself. The legacy of India's disappearing enclaves encourages us to look past the outlines of our collective maps and to navigate instead by the intrinsic human values that lie beneath. How we choose to draw the next border is up to us, as is the choice to let those lines unite or divide us further. So, as the dusk settles on the cartographic adjustments of yesteryears, we are called to a gentle reflection. What stories will our 21st century borders tell? Thank you for exploring with Quiet Maps, where we uncover the profound intersections of geography and human life.